Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovative, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host and Pearl Day, the one and only Master Propaganda, who lives like Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Taranto Coastline. In the south stands Pandemic, fighting for the Wehrmacht of Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 15th Panzergrenadier, he's trained to a double Pioneer machine gun start with Breakthrough. Interesting thing here. Haven't seen that in a while. Meanwhile, we got in the end, we got Sovereign fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the let's just go with 3rd Infantry Division. Here with the Airborne and airdrop 30 cals and a double scout start. So aggressive capping order here. But the Wehrmacht one is definitely interesting because usually I see Kettenkrats now more or less every day in a sense. So double parties is fairly unusual. But as always, by the way, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, the continued and generous support allowed to keep making these videos, and particularly these, slightly tougher economic times. So big thanks there. And of course, a big hearty thanks to those keep commenting and liking on my videos. Helps out immensely as well there. But double pioneers, double machine guns, but Breakthrough and no sign of grenadiers. Very unusual build here so far by Pandemic. You've got 30 cal setting up here. Clearly meant to be disruptive here, setting up here. It's not impossible to deal with, but will require a bit more effort here from Pandemic to clear out. I mean, one option would be bringing a mortar, another one would be, say, let's just briefly pause to explain the various options, but like, setting up flank here, some infantry from the front, and then say sneaking some pioneers for the flamethrower to clear it out fast that way as an option as well. They're just launching all out assault from all sides, but you definitely want something to clear out this very quickly. Mortar, though, would obviously by far be the best. Machine gun base in the east here. Second MG42 team ready here for Pandemic. And we got Ralph squad here for Sovereign. So double scouts, of course, just grab points really fast, but the machine, of course, sets up a blocking position to that way disrupt early fuel income there. Really cheeky strategy here from Sovereign, but it's a sort of strategy you can expect to see on Taranto due to the way the map is set up. It sort of invites airborne units pop into really annoying positions and be an absolute pain in the posterior. So, Sovereign, obviously, or Pandemic, he needs to, figure out how to deal with this, or needs to, he could also basically just counteract this by just ignoring what's going on, then just pushing straight ahead to go for the car point, camp around here, and then push northwards instead. 3rd MG42 from Pandemic, alright. Did you get the memo that they actually nerfed the machine guns with the recent patch? I don't know, I mean, it's not to say machine guns suddenly became useless, but you have to be a lot more careful with the MGs after the balance changes. They're still good, but they got more narrow arcs of fire and got less health, so it's a lot more risky here for Pandemic to go triple machine guns than they used to be, but he clearly believes in it. He clearly believes. But a bit surprised that he went for Breakthrough then with all this. Kind of would have figured more mechanized or Luftwaffe. It feels like it's, shall I say, fits more neatly in with this type of build. 3rd Pioneer Squad. Wow, okay. Very interesting stuff here. Meanwhile, 30 cal sort of waiting here. Got connected though, so really good fuel lead here though for Sovereign in the early game, even as Pandemic is clearly now trying to play around. Early mortar out here in response, of course, all these machine guns. Note he's combining this for the Scouts flares. 2 thumbs up. Good play there by Sovereign, combining, the flares to the mortars. Good tactical finesse there. And we got here an airdrop machine gun number 2. Pushing northwards here, Scouts going to grab points here, even as Pandemic here is trying to position himself in a way to disrupt here the resource flow of Sovereign. So an interesting positional gameplay here in the early game situation in between the two. Northwards here, grabbing points here and there, machine gun repositioning. Mortar team setting up here, no tech yet here for Pandemic, obviously in part because he's barely gotten any fuel due to the disruptive early play there by Sovereign. But as you can see here again, instead of just bashing his head into this, he's just playing around this. Definitely requires a bit more tactical acumen, I think, to realize the situation so to exploit it properly. But so far, I'd say he's doing a fairly good job of it, because suddenly, despite, technically holding most, if not all of the fuel points, Sovereign's not connected to them now. So, very good counterplay here by Pandemic. Very good here, and Sovereign sort of left a bit, behind the dust here. Infantry Support Center. 4th Pioneer Squad? Wowza. So, 3 machine guns, 4 Pioneers, flamethrowers on the way here. I mean, Pandemic is definitely playing things this way, that's for sure.
pioneers standing by.
He is absolutely playing things his way.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Highly unique build, I'd say, so far. Highly unique. Machine gun, there's the machine gun. Pioneers flanking in here.
Sectors are isolated. We have been
Graham Northern fuel point here. And again, like the 30 cal there, it's just sort of like waiting for the Germans to arrive again. There's just no one there. Over here to Sovereign. I'm sure it's just left scrambling here to deal with the fact the Germans just kind of completely sidelined his entire strategy. Sir, yes, the Germans are not attacking into our guns. What? They're actually flanking. Goddamn Germans.
Weapon crew ready. Find some damn cover.
Scouts being pushed up with the flamethrower pioneers. Sneaking about here. 30 cals remain in position, grab northern points. Of course, there's still an isolated point here that Pandemic needs to like keep connected here, otherwise he's not going to get anything out of those northern points. But now, you know, he's getting all the fuel. But it's in a very unusual manner. All the fuel points he's holding is the one that's actually the furthest away from his base, where some of the ones closest to his base are held by the enemy. This is some of the magic of CoH3, I find. Machine gun mortars there go opening up the pioneers with their flammable alphas. Still no, obviously, tack. They got nothing much out of the infantry company. Honestly, with that many machine guns and pioneers, though, I probably think you should go for the infantry officer quarters. But, I mean, at this point, you know, anything goes. Like, this match could go pretty much anywhere. And suddenly, like, you know, Sovereign, despite, you know, his cheeky, aggressive 30 cal drop, is now the one suddenly completely surrounded. Really strong positional player there by Pandemic. He's got a mode pull up, though he can't go for the Greyhound soon, and that's obviously going to be a headache here for Pandemic, because he's going for the Panzergrenadier Company, at least their thumbs up. He's probably going to get some packs up, but, you know, it's still going to be a bit tough to deal with. More setting up here, 30 cal, got Pioneers, they're about to get wiped out, need to retreat them here. Definitely pushing his luck a bit far there. Bit surprised that he hasn't bothered with a mortar to counter his opponent's mortar, something like that. Pioneers setting out, and he's just going heavy on the Pioneers here. Full-on Pioneer Company strategy here.
Look sharp, fellas. We're up.
Definitely also unusual out of the Wehrmacht. I mean, either there's a CoH1, maybe less so, but yeah. Anyways, Panzergrenadier Company ready in a few moments. I'm expecting some, well, packs. Maybe some Panzergrenadiers. I mean, they'd definitely be a great addition, but I don't know if he's actually going to go for them.
What have you got?
Getting the sneaking stuff back. Machine gun inching forwards, Pioneers moving in as well here. As we get a counter move here by Sovereign, he's had enough of all these Germans marching right about outside of his doorstep, and he's trying to get it back for freedom. Meanwhile, though, you can see again, Pandemic once more with his cheeky maneuvers here, looking to flank here. Sovereign, he's also tanking with a lot of flamethrower Pioneers, small machine being put up. We do get Panzergrenadiers, in fact, he's going for 2 whole squads of them. 2 thumbs up, so he's definitely, you know, cooking up something quite spicy. Mortars there getting pushed back as the flamethrower Pioneers flank in. Machine gun then engaging the 30 cal, could flank the other flamethrower Pioneer squad, I think, here. Machine gun down here remaining in position up north, though, being pushed off here. Still hasn't done much up here to regain that. We've got the Greyhound now on the way for Sovereign, and of course, Pandemic right now with no anti-tank weapons, not even Panzerfaust, will certainly be quite vulnerable to this Greyhound push. Plus, he's losing access to the northern fuel. Panzer saying Norfolk's here. More Pioneers? That's his 5th Pioneer squad. What on earth? And there you go, 30 counts about to get wiped out. No! Oh, it does get knocked out. I was about to say it got away, but it didn't. Grand almost done. Mortar pushback. The Americans on the move for freedom and democracy. Up north here, Panzergrenadier pushing forwards. Going for the machine gun there with the Pioneers, but they risk getting wiped out. He needs to retreat. Now MD4's up to cover the retreat here. Catching the entire American force here under Sovereign's command. He's a good chunk of it. In the arc of MD42, but needs to retreat soon as well because that is 1 low health MD42. Greyhound moving in there. He's not aware. Meanwhile, pushing hard north with the machine guns. Pioneers. Panzergrenadiers here. It's a big push. And Sovereign realizing what's coming his way is withdrawing. But the machine gun here may have retreated too late in the face of the Greyhound. Down it goes. Panzergrenadiers picking the noses. Even as the Greyhound pushes in and wipes the machine gun crew right in front of their eyes. No packs. No Stoogs. Nothing. Up north here. 30 cal routed. Taking heavy damage in the process. Could he score a wipe here as well? That will be extremely painful here for him. It looks like it. Yes. He's going to lose both machine guns to the Germans. Greyhound though moving in there. And I think he made it back with the other machine gun. But now, again, the problem is Pandemic, despite everything else going reasonably well for him, has one significant gap in his force capability. Like, besides the white phosphorus rounds on the machine, oh, Pioneer's got what there, he has no way of significantly harming that Greyhound. His panzers do have a flamethrower, so that's something. They push towards the east, they're Graham pushing the machine gun here. Back up base, nothing further happening. Panzer pushing forwards, setting up shop here. And a big push here, even as he's basically ignoring the Greyhound. And Sovereign is going for another Greyhound. Pandemic, meanwhile, has got 5 machine guns, 4 Pioneers, and 2 Panzer Grenadier squads. He's popping white phosphorus here. Ripping into it. He is going for the Pack 40 as well there, finally. Meanwhile, Panzer's Pioneers being about here. I mean, in a sense, what he's doing is just creating too many targets for the Greyhounds to, like, really realistically catch up with. And just pushing for map control with this. I mean, highly unusual strategy by Pandemic. Highly unusual, but it's quite interesting. Pack 40 halfway down here for Pandemic. I'm guessing he's just going to move straight for command, Tiger tank here, possibly a command tank. Scouts from out in the north here. Greyhounds withdrawing here. One veterans, one the other. Veterans see not. Medical station finally up there for Sovereign. Back at reinforcing healing. Pack 40 ready there for Pandemic and the German army. Greyhounds there pushing for the Pioneer. Second Greyhound moving up here. Pioneers close to being wiped out. Still no sign of any sort of additional battle group choices here for Pandemic. And the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. It's Panzer Pioneer Company in a sense. Pioneers wiped. But again, he's got a lot of other stuff. Primarily, though, machine guns. Grand Patrol, they're pushing westwards. Pioneers need to be careful. Machine will need to pop the white phosphorus, I think, and then wait for the Pack 40, I guess. I'm just going to pop it again here, though. It's probably his best shot while he's waiting for the Pack 40s to arrive. Meanwhile, we got here Sovereign lining up for a big assault here. More supporting as well here. Greyhounds they're pursuing. No white phosphorus rounds. White phosphorus rounds. Pack setting up here. Panzer's being hammered here by mortar fire. Big push there by Sovereign again. All that infantry backed up by the captain. Machine remaining static down here. Greyhounds there driving away here. Still no white phosphorus rounds. Pack 40 trying to catch up here, but it's happening at a pretty slow pace. Rather lethargic even. Mines down there from Pandemic. Not a bad idea. Meanwhile, bars up here. Pioneers caught laying down mines. It's down in just 3 Pioneer squads now. Down from 5 Pioneers. Machines being had mortar fire. Other machines sitting up. There you go. Pack 40 finally ready. Panzer is there. Close being robbed out. Great shot on the Greyhound. Machine gun. Oh, setting up again here. Rise the Americans get close enough. Second machine gun though could provide some additional firepower here. And there you go. The entire wave assault here from Sovereign is being halted. Artillery is being called on the machine gun to suppress the blighted machine gun crew there and force them away here. Back at base here. Another Pack 40 away there for Pandemic. He could do with a bit more infantry, but perhaps he's planning Starstorm. It definitely looks like he's planning something biggerly in the armored department here. Infantry lining up. We've got 470 versus 305.
Give us a target.
This match is definitely a bit unusual, but unusual doesn't mean bad. It does not mean bad at all. Rav squad counters the advancing Pioneer, written apart out in the open there. Definitely to withdraw those Pioneer before they get turned into corpses. Got Panzers coming up here with Pioneer support, going for the scouts there by the southern victory point. North here, big guard solidify there. Oh, it's delayed fuses on the machine gun here. Captain in trouble and Rav squad being back the Pioneers. Panzers trying to go for the mortar perhaps. Greyhound moving in. Could go here for the Panzer Company next. He does have the fuel now. He has been able to overcome that initial disruption there in fuel resources there from his opponent. Mortar fire ripping through those Panzer Grenadier. Machine guns keep inching forwards here, pushing ahead, then pushing back as they realize they're utterly outgunned. Pack 40 arriving on the scene here, slamming into the Greyhound here. Quick note here, by the way. What he's doing here, he's ordering it to hold fire. Basically, what this means is it doesn't shoot at the enemy, obviously, but this also means it won't get away its position to allow the pack another shot. This is something you'll notice high-ranking players do when they're pulling back the vehicles or the tanks. They'll order them to hold fire, so they don't give away their position in the fog of war. That way ensuring it can't be hit by a follow-up shot there. So that's a small bit of advice there. Anyways, back to Pandemic here.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
North here, Pioneer moving in, scouts holding out. Back here, reinforcing healing. Machine gun there being bombarded by American artillery here. That mortar added again. Meanwhile, back here at Sovereign Space. Nothing further happening there as of yet. It's definitely found in the front line being steadily pushed back here by a repeated German attack supported heavily by machine guns, including pilfered ones. Over to Sovereign now proper. Not much in terms of battle group from either, though. Like, we haven't seen, like, any paratroopers or tank guns. Is he playing, like, carbon bombing runs? I mean, that's gonna be quite explosive if he is. Packs they're going for it. There you go. Double Grand Slam there on the Greyhound. Double pack slam. Almost got it. It does not survive there. Narrowly, but it does get away here. Very close call there for Sovereign. Back at base of Pandemic Space. No sign of tech yet or anything else. Neither here in Sovereign Space. Partly though, probably because we can deny a lot of fuel here. We may also plan some upgrades. It's the munitions one. Panzers backed up, machine assaulting the RAF squad position here by the southern victory point in the center. German forces making steady progress. And we can see here that Sovereign sort of establishing a small outpost here. The scouts supported by a mortar by the northern point. Probably most just to buy time more than like any significant serious resistance. Anti-tank guns for Sovereign here, as he's clearly starting to suspect Pandemic's going to be heading with armor soon. Certainly most Wehrmacht players do prefer to just move straight for Panther Force, though some will of course go for Stugs, even Wirbelwinds, which is definitely better than they were before. Almost got the ground here, close call though, but again, just lucky enough to survive 2 shots from the Pack 40. Machine repositioning a bit here, building utterly collapsed. Air recon's out there from Sovereign, very good. I think that's the first time I've seen this building like being ruined. Anti-tank gun ready. Got the northern victory point. That's going to be a triple cap here against Sovereign. That's going to be something he's going to have to like, you know, work to overcome soon. And there you go, Panzer Company there for Pandemic. An attempt at the mighty Sturmgeschütz ausführen gear there from him. Tragically. French wing and then getting the Pioneers out in the open. So that's going to really add some pressure to Sovereign. Means he needs to like push hard here. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's also probably going for a second mortar, forming up more of a mortar battery here. He's also going for the tank depot now. Both sides moving for medium armor now. Panzer Company almost done here for Pandemic. Northern point being seized. Mines being laid down here. Greyhound holding back. In the south here, we got the scouts sneaking forwards. Machine gun remains in position where it has almost been, I think, for the entirety of the match. It feels a bit silly. But if, for example, somebody expects this route to be clear, he's going to be rudely surprised. Unless, of course, he's really like assuming there's going to be something there. He's going to go for deep flank, in which case that machine gun is in some pretty deep sauerkraut.
We're down to 200 points.
200 points left. No panzers yet here. Even Starstorben. Pioneers, panzers moving in to counterattack the RAF squad push here for the south side. Another machine being brought up because Pandemic's got 5 of them. It was like, you know, he can easily just bring in a machine gun to replace one that got pushed off. Definitely makes it a bit tougher for someone just to move ahead there because, like, you know, whether he sends his infantry, Pandemic's likely going to send a machine gun. He's going to swing northwards, so I think that's definitely the best move right now. Sovereign's, or Pandemic, thinks focusing pretty hard in the south, so north, I think, has more room for his Grants to make progress. Guns being pushed back here, taking heavy fire there. We got another RAF squad here for Sovereign. Panzer's clipping wiped out here, going in hard with those Greyhounds. Bit surprised we haven't seen more attempt to go for that cutoff point there by Pandemic. Definitely one of the defining features of this map right now is this cutoff point is really good. It makes it tough for the northern players to like do much because if it goes half north, this cutoff point is just going to get hit very hard. And it's kind of easy for the other player to defend this point against any return attack by the player closest to the point, ironically. Anyways, tank depot, not much going on there. Northern victory point has been reclaimed for now. But Pandemic is not putting a lot of pressure there so far. So that's something there for
We
Sovereign.
have supplies ready to be paradropped, Commander.
Got the bombing run. Got paratroopers also at the ready if he wants. Got this. What? Did he just misclick there? That's gotta be it. Like, he just literally dropped his supplies, including a lot of munitions, right in front of his enemy. Otros, the Americans are dropping gifts quickly before they get back here. That's gotta be embarrassing there for Sovereign. Back to Pandemic now, 80 munitions richer.
200 points.
Enemy contact! Achtung!
That's gotta be a real, feels like very awkward moment there for Sovereign. Meanwhile, we got there going incendiary bombing runs. Now like pushing for Tigers here. Anti-tank and crew utterly incinerated. So that's like 2 whammies in a row there for poor Sovereign. First, he accidentally drops like a lot of munitions, which pretty much he then gets instantly used against him to clear out his anti-tank gun. Oh dear. Meanwhile, the ground setting on there, going for deep flank. But if it's insufficient deep, the packs will wreck them. There we go. Got a bombing run here. Oh, carpet bombing, carpet bombing! Ah, no, he's being hit! Ah! Oh, God! Ah! No, wait. Machine gun cleared out. Packs are being destroyed! Holy moly! He just completely just got it, Pandemic! Sadly, he can't fully exploit this, but he took out so many units, though.
Has been knocked out.
Again, something can at least be recruited here. He did lose a Greyhound, but... I mean...
Panzer 4 reporting in.
Yeah. Panther fought here, though, for Pandemic. Grenades off there. Grand pushing north, it's heavily damaged. Machine there trying to outflank him with the Americans, but it's not quite succeeding. Panzers is pushing up here. Still only 2 squads. Maybe we'll consider some stars to him. Or just more Panther 4s because he's got the resources for it right now. Meanwhile, Sherman is almost done here. 4 Sovereign, Panther 4, Panzer support pushing up here across the fields here in the south. We've got 447 feet. Of course, he needs to recruit those anti-tank guns. Obviously, with just 1 Pioneer squad and mostly Panzer, it's going to be really difficult to do so cheaply. Sherman forwards here. Anti-tank guns there, good to go. And we got another Panther 4 ready here. Round squad, they're suppressed up north here, punch and grab at the machine gun there. He's down to just 3 machine guns from 5. So, and that's an improvement there for the American player. Got another bit of air reconnaissance here out of Sovereign.
Down to 100 points.
I do feel like, again, Sovereign could be slightly more aggressive north again. Though, of course, again, if he's too aggressive north, he's just, like, Pandemic's just going to rush to that cutoff point. I'm a bit surprised the way, like, he's not so hard going northwards now like he used to, like, in that initial part of the game there. But, like, I think really did a lot of damage to Sovereign by pushing hard north up that direction there. And taking front of the Panther 4. Would be a good idea to consider some side skirts down the Panther 4s, I think. Really good upgrade. Of course, some Starstorm could also be a very good addition here for Pandemic. Sherman the moving forwards, catching the Panzers here. We've got a small attempt at flank here by Pandemic. Pausing back the Germans there with some fierce mortar fire here from the Dull Mortars. Anti-tank and Pioneers moving up. Panther 4s, they need repairs, though of course with only 1 Pioneer squad left. It does become a bit tricky to repair all that armor. Big push of the Rav squads. Got a Grand heading northwards. Well, the Greyhound going northwards as the other one is obviously gone. Not the most impressive bomb grenade. They didn't quite make the impact they'd hoped for. Packs being moved forwards. Bit risky here. kind of exposed here, and there's also like a deeply exposed flank. Meanwhile, Greyhound there continues northern path here and could hit the machine gun there, clear it out, and could even allow here for Sovereign to get it away from Pandemic. Panther Force, no, but again, worth noting, one of them is still at half health. Still no armored side skirts. Still only one Pioneer squad. German wing forward here, enforcing healing up north here. Greyhound, they're just hanging back.
The adversary is trying to take one of our points.
Need to clear that machine gun Chanel. There we go. Good shot. Panther Force being dispatched northwards.
What now?
Americans there, I think, sensing the oncoming Panzer train there. Get out of there in the south. Positions remain held by the Germans. It does coming a bit of a cost here thanks to the mortars. Panther Force pushing northwards here. Americans falling back towards the villa. And we got a Hellcat on the way there for Sovereign. Thumbs up to, in fact, over to Sovereign. Villa there is finding inside Facade. They're getting blasted with high explosive shells from the Panther Force. Anti-tankers moving up. Pioneers in the move here as well. Air reconnaissance south.
Get the wounded out of there. Down to only 50 points.
50 points left here for Sovereign. No, he needs to do something soon. He needs to pick up the pace here. He needs to do it fast. Pioneers, they're close to meeting their maker. German Force Hellcat is almost done there for Sovereign.
We have a Hellcat reporting for duty.
Don't sign on side skirts here for Pandemic, and I don't think he's going for like any additional Pioneers either. Machine trying to move up here, but they've got a good smoke from here from Sovereign that makes half the missions up. And they go actually baited right into the machine rifle squad's easy line of fire. Plus, we've got Modify as well. Good chance of going a wipe here, I think, on Pandemic 74 True Team. We do get a vertical here. Just running enough cover here to allow us to escape. The close call there for Pandemic. That could have been an expensive loss. That really could have given, I think, Sovereign here a much bigger edge on. Of course, Sovereign needs to pick up the bloody pace. He's down like 34. He needs to like push harder for the northern victory point to try and grab it here. Sherman heading southwards. Hellcat, big push here by Sovereign. He decides he wants that southern victory point now more than ever. Meanwhile, the German force, they're going bananas, and the scouts utterly ruining them. Meanwhile, Sherman up it, backed up infantry. The captain, Panzergrenadier close to being wiped out here. Packs moving up and getting the Sherman. Close to wipe here. 30 cal, they're opening up the American troops. Narrowly, I think, perhaps saving the Panzergrenadiers here up north here. Point to open up there. Machine gun cleared out there. Good push there by Sovereign. Bit risky, but it's doing its job here. And it's crucially gaining some time here against Pandemic and the German army. South side there, we got a third Panther Force here. Still no armored side skirts here. Only one Pioneer's got to repair all three Panther Force. Definitely not efficient. Captain calls in the mortar barrage here in the MD-42. Forcing him back.
Engineers on the field.
Engineers on the way here for Sovereign. Very good. He's now got 2 engineer squads, which expedites repairs on his armor. Plus, of course, allows him more men to lay down mines. No attempt to grab the machine gun here. Of course, he might be just more preoccupied grabbing the victory point, but he definitely should grab the MD-42 here. Also spooning for mines. 2 thumbs up there to Sovereign. And then getting machine gun there, which is up right next to the abandoned one. Might even get abandoned right next to that one. Nope, didn't. So we got a bit more an awkward front line now here by Sovereign, like rather broad with some uneven terrain. Then he's trying to like hold several victory points here. It's definitely a tough situation for him, particularly when he's got 32 victory points. But there you go. Panther Force, they charge into Hellcat and the anti-tankers line of fire. Fortunately for Pandemic, Sovereign is not focus firing one of the Panther Force there. Otherwise, they could have gone down much faster. They're going to change up the side here. Could, I think, hunting down him, finished off him. We've got Pax and Panzer coming up here, counterattack, but they're going to get counterattacked with the Ralph Squads. That set, the Panzer Grenadiers should have an advantage in the south. The heavy fighting machine gun then trouble with mortar fire. Got so much action here, pushing in northern victory points as well. But in the center, it's an absolute brawl here. German infantry, though, is getting absolutely demolished. I do think the lack of additional Panzer Grenadiers here for Pandemic or Starstorm right now is starting to become quite obvious. Meanwhile, Sovereign's got a fair amount of infantry, of course, he could always go for more. Still not much there in terms of infantry from Pandemic, no Starstorm, no Panzer Grenadiers, and still no armored side skirts for the Panther Force either. Meanwhile, in the center, Sherman they're moving up, Ralph Squad's moving in, machine gun number 2, White. A stinging blow here to Pandemic. Even as Sovereign then moves ahead here, Panther Force firing into the advancing mass of olive green here. Guns and machine guns there unloading hell on into the American ranks. South side here, more to push back with the other Panther 4. But we got the Hellcats moving up here. Pack cleared out. Wrecking the Panther 4 there. And got it. Needs to be careful not to forget about the mine there. He's going to just destroy the machine gun. I mean, that works too. That works too. So, got 32 versus 404 victory points. That is quite the gap. It certainly highlights right now how precarious Sovereign's position is. So, fortunately for him, Pandemic is not bringing up a lot of infantry. And he's not upgrading his Panther 4 either with armored side skirts, or even officers' quarters. Another Hellcat here for Sovereign, 2 thumbs up. Push forwards here, but the assault is not going well. His Panther 4, the leading the charge, is taking immense amounts of damage here from the American gunners as they absolutely show no mercy here in the south. Double 8 machine gun position here, making hard here for the Americans to approach the southern victory point. North side going to fall further and further into American control here. Panzers moving up, catching the anti-tank gun here. South side machine crew, they're close to being snuffed out here. And machine gun there wiped out. Good work here by Sovereign. Panzer moving forward, thinking he's been caught. Do those Panzers have 2 flamethrowers now? Or is that just my imagination? They do! They do have 2 flamethrowers. Wow. Not gonna help against a Sherman, but you know, as his infantry, that's the stuff. And it's absolutely the stuff. I suppose you could be planning to go for a Tiger? No. But that said, like, that's going to be a lot of manpower. Then again, he's got the Thomas supposed to set up for it. Need to retreat that Panzer Grenadier squad here before it gets wiped out. Sovereign, I feel like, is definitely playing a bit of a high-stakes game. He's also down just 1 machine gun from, again, 5, 2 of which were captured from the enemy. This match has definitely seen some pretty interesting turns, that's for sure. Complete lack of armored side skirts and officers' quarters of the Panther Force, I feel like, is definitely not ideal and could definitely do more infantry.
Victory point is under enemy control.
Panther Force moving forwards. Got Blitzkrieg, yes! Great ability, just overlooked. And again, I think a lot of these abilities are overlooked. Pushing forwards here, again, forward. Like high rate of fire, speed, and just harder to hit here. Really potent ability. Hellcats moving up here. Other Panther 4 there unsupported. Almost got knocked out with the tank here. Hellcats going forward here. Almost got one of the Hellcats, but the Panther 4's going to go down here. Could have gone a bit more as well supported here, I think, by Pandemic. Punch moving for the anti-tank here. Other Panther 4 knocked out. Huge blows here to Pandemic in the end, though. Despite blitzkrieging, it was a bit loosely done here. And Sovereign were able to, like, deliver some pretty heavy blows there. Guess it's a Tiger tank now? At this point, Pandemic's strategy is definitely looking less and less clear. I mean, admittedly, I was never entirely sure what he's going for. And he's definitely, like, you know, very much a degree playing his own game, but at this point, it's even hard to say what exactly he's planning. It feels like it's a Tiger tank now, but at this point, I could easily be proven wrong. Panther 4 being fixed up. I mean, we're not seeing additional Panther 4s, we're not seeing additional infantry, we're not seeing an attempted Stoogs. We got nothing. So at this point, it very much feels like he's going to just bet everything on a Tiger tank here to try and turn the tide against Sovereign. Yeah, Tiger tank. It's absolutely a Tiger tank. Here's his last bet. This last throw of the dice here against the United States of America. Oh, we got another carpet bombing. Oof. I never get tired of seeing that ability, honestly. It's absolutely one of the most satisfying abilities to watch in CoH history. Ah, the machine guns got wiped. Panthers there. The Reds survived the bombing run, but they didn't survive all the Americans besides them. So with that, Pandemic is down just 1 Panther squad, 1 Pioneer, 1 machine gun, 1 Pack, and 1 Pioneer, plus 1 Panther 4. It's clearly not by design. He's down to this by now. It is far from by design. We got here just destroying all of the support weapons. He doesn't want to give, like, Pandemic any chance of, like, grabbing his hands on them and turning the tide against him again. 284 versus 32 in there. Good. Tiger tank is available. He just needs to press the button. The button, Pandemic. Press it. Goodbye to Liling here, rather than being absolutely incinerated by these virtually 3 double flamethrower Panzer Grenadiers. 105 Sherman on the way for a Pandemic, but the Tiger has arrived here from the 504th Schwerer Panzer Abteilung. 258 versus 32. But he really badly needs infantry at this point. Really badly. Panzer Grenadiers, Starsturm, anything. He just needs infantry. That's very much the lesson here. Another Hellcat here for Sovereign. Let's pop over to his perspective. Meanwhile, Pioneers was the grain up north. Machine is about to get wiped out. Greyhound there. Hellcat pushing northwards. Tiger setting out. Sherman on the move. Another Hellcat on the way there. I think he saw the Tiger tank over the air reconnaissance and then pretty much went, yeah, I'm gonna need more Hellcats. Which I would definitely say is the right decision to make once you see a Tiger tank. If you're going for 105 Sherman, you don't finish it, you go for a Hellcat more. Sherman going for the Tiger, anti-tank setting up here. White Fossil being deployed against a Tiger tank, thumbs up to that. In fact, White Fossils was used to actually just mess with larger tanks to give crews time to like get out of there. Even regular smoke can be used for that. But now we've got a tank being set up with the Hellcats and the Sherman. And down it goes, down it goes. This could very well be it here for Pandemic now. Pack cleared out. Panther 4 on the move there. Greyhound there, riding Meadow Gem left up north here. Panther 4 flanking them, but it's utterly outgunned here. Utterly. 32 to 28 here. And the Panther 4's down with that. Pandemic is pretty much out of the war here. He's got next to nothing left. His opponent's pretty much is holding all of the cards now. I don't know what Pandemic's hoping to achieve at this point, but I'd say the war's over him in this match. The war is over. And there you go. That pack for maybe trying to hope you get back. Destroyed. So 32 is 228. Another Panther 4 out here. Feels ambitious here by Pandemic, but he's clearly in nothing else if not an ambitious player. Big infantry flank here. Very good. Greyhound on the flank. Ace level. 36 kills. Until he called in the machine gun. Panther 4 gets a good shot there. Greyhound flanking the Panther 4. Panzer's been ripped apart by Sherman. Fine. Cloaking wiped out. Infantry into the machine in the rear here, though. Really, like, desperate last push here of a Pandemic. And those Panzer Grenadiers just continue to, like, just do, like, some impressive work there with the double flamethrowers. But in the end, it's just not enough. It is just not enough. 200 points left here for Pandemic versus Sovereign. Does he even have like any Pioneers left? No, he doesn't. Like, he's got one Panzer Grenadier squad, a damaged Panther 4, and the machine gun, and that's it. Like, he's got nothing else in the field now. But he's still fighting. I suppose that's impressive in a sense, but... Let's going for a Pack 40 now. I guess it feels like, with his opponent's lowest victory points, it is like, he might still have a chance. The problem is at this point, is the way he's like just constantly pushing for this victory point. Like, it's obviously the one closest to him, but at the same time, it's also the one closest to his opponent. There's one his opponent's going to be defending the hardest. Like, his best bet at this point, honestly, would be to push for the 2 northern victory point. Obviously, it would expose more in certain ways, but in terms of just like speed and the element of surprise, it would work the best for him. Yet he's still insisting on the southern point. I think there's a clear case of tunnel vision here from Pandemic now setting in as well here versus Sovereign, and of course Sovereign is more than well positioned to exploit this. Panzer in trouble, Panther 4 moving in. Almost got those Panzer Grenadiers wiped. 32 was on 38.
Bingo fuel in. Heading back to base.
Another Pack 40. Like, he's really going at this stubbornly. But again, I think in this regard, he's too stubborn, at least in terms of the approach. Like, again, I feel like he theoretically probably could pull this off if he just didn't keep feeding everything into this one point. Like, he were to, like, just push for the other 2 points and had done so earlier, I think he could do this. But at this point, it feels like he's starting to get, like, beyond the point of no return. So there you go. GG. Game over. A rather unusual match with a lot of twists and turns. Really cool match in that sense. Like, some interesting build wars on both sides. Really cool maneuvers. But in the end, I feel like Pandemic was really close to just kind of threw it all away and just constantly pushing that point. But he just pushed for the other 2 points. I think had he done that, he would have won this match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell friends, tell the family. And of course, as always, you can support the Propagandacaster by donating on Patreon. Every bit helps. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for an awesome episode. Bye, everyone.